Yo, what's up? Donnie Chocolate here, barbershop professor, coming at you. Today's class, I just wanted to give a shout out to the legendary Harry Belafonte. This man was just a pillar of African American history and civil rights, right? When it comes to Harry Belafonte, when you think about him, I want you to think about celebrity activism done right. Okay? Now, that's not a knock on some of our people today. I love what LeBron's doing with his school. There's somebody else that got another school out in Detroit. I forgot, but there's a lot of people, a lot of celebrities who are actually investing in different educational institutions, funding different initiatives. Snoop Dogg got a whole football little league, right? That's actually like really beneficial for kids and giving them other opportunities. Plenty of those kids have gone on to great high schools and also gone on to college, right? And the NFL. So the Snoop Dogg Little League, all these different things are really great. What made Harry Belafonte unique was his specific funding of Martin Luther King, right? A lot of people don't know that he was an integral part of funding what was going on during, oh man, what was going on during the Montgomery campaign, okay? So I think you got to pause, right? Harry Belafonte was one of the first black people on primetime television. Are y'all familiar with that song? Day, me say day, me say day, me say day. I ain't gonna keep going because I don't know what kind of copyrights, but daylight come and me won't go home, right? Y'all remember that? First time I think I heard that was like Beetlejuice. I don't know if y'all remember that one, the Michael Keaton. What's homegirl name too? Anyway, um, it was um he was famous. He had done all the primetime television, all the great theaters and different things like that, and one of the first black people to do it. Right, him and Sidney Poitier had an excellent movie. If y'all are into cowboys, you gotta watch Buck and the Preacher. Buck and the Preacher is a classic, right? You know, my dad is always talking about there's a valley over there where it's green, right? You know, just different stuff like that. It's a classic cowboy. Check it out. He was an outstanding actor, outstanding singer. He was just prime time, right? The opportunities were limitless for him, right? Especially, you know, he was one of our light skinned brothers, right? Especially back then, you might get a little bit extra, right? A little bit extra push. At the same time, he stood for something. He stood for something. You have to go back and think about what it would actually mean to not only fund, something like, um, you know, Martin Luther King and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, um, those things, right? Not just to fund them from behind the scenes, but to actually march with these people. Don't forget, Martin Luther King was not popular. We have Martin Luther King Day today, and we celebrate the watered down version of Martin Luther King. Yep, that video's coming too. That's here nor there. But Martin Luther King was somebody who was known as a radical. It wasn't just about peace. Martin Luther King was known somebody who was disruptive, who disrupted the status quo, who was in your face about the discrimination that was happening in the South. There was a lot of folks who did not like that, and I'll say there was a lot of status quo folks, a lot of white folks who were in power who didn't like that, right? A lot of everyday white folks who just wanted to have their coffee, right? I don't know why these black folks are trying to come up to my coffee. All those different things, right? MLK, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was an unpopular figure, and Harry Belafonte, because of his morals, because of who he was, stood side by side with that man and marched in the streets, was seen with him, was a known affiliate, was a known friend, right? So much so after his Martin Luther King Jr.'s death, Harry Belafonte was actually presided over the King Martin Luther King's estate, right? There are people right now who move according to staying out of trouble. Now, there's no I'm not advocating for people just to get in trouble just to get in trouble, right? But when it comes to morals, when it comes to standing up what you stand for and not letting anything deter you from that, any opportunity, anything like that, this man did it. This man stood up and he walked and he had action. So think about our celebrities today. Again, I'm not trying to direct no hate. I'm not even really trying to compare. All I want to do is encourage. Let's get more schools, right? Let's look outside the box. Those people who might be a little bit too radical right now, probably more like Dr. King than not. Let's get behind them, athletes. Let's get behind them, singers, right? Let's do it. Let's continue to build. All right. So again, Mr. Harry Belafonte, may you rest in peace. May you rest in power. You are great and a shining example of what it means to use your talent to the fullest and stand on principle. All right, y'all. Class is dismissed. Donnie Chocolate, Barbershop Professor. Peace.